Some news just coming in, and this has got to do with the Modi government's communication outreach for Jammu and Kashmir. Sources telling CNN News 18 that free distribution of DD's dishes is going to be on in the valley. Government sources telling us that in order to counter the propaganda spread through Pakistani radio stations whose signal is available in the bordering areas, the government plans to maximize FM radio and strengthen community radio. 2 community radio stations sanctioned for Jammu in the education sector. DD at the same time is running a show titled Kashmir Ka Sach for countering fake news. Maria Shakil is getting us more details on that, and this was seen necessary because it was also being reported that things are not okay, in the valley, particularly in the valley region, Maria, and that's the reason why the government is finding it necessary to counter some of the news which may or may not be true, isn't it?
Yes, that's right. I think the view within the government certainly was, after the abrogation of Article 370, that there is a need to counter what they sensed was propaganda and fake news. And that is the reason why the DD has actually launched a massive reach out in terms of communication. There is the free distribution of dishes also that is going on as well in the valley to ensure that as far as the communication mechanism or the communication as to why Article 370 was abrogated, what is the intention behind it, and what the government has in mind in terms of a plan, in terms of a blueprint that the government has in mind is being communicated. What we are being also told is that in the bordering areas, that there are certain signals of the radio channels that are run by Pakistan. Those signals get caught. I mean, those signals are there, and hence the FM radio spread out or reach out through that has also been enhanced over the last few weeks. What the INB ministry sources are telling CNN News 18 is also this, that in order to counter what they say is the fake news or the propaganda, a specific program which is called Kashmir Ka Sach is running on the Doordarshan, and this is a daily program from Monday to Friday, because in the valley it is the DD which has the maximum reach, and in order to ensure that people watch Doordarshan and they have access to Doordarshan, the DD antennas are also being distributed. I think the larger sense certainly here is that on one hand, the question that the government faces that there is a complete clampdown on the 3G and the 4G internet services. On the other, there is a need to communicate to the people of Jammu and Kashmir. It may not be through internet, and hence this mechanism, which the government says is the appropriate one to reach out to the people of the valley to communicate as to why abrogation of Article 370 was carried out. In fact, what we are told is that on the ticker, particularly in these belts, specific information related to which are the schools that are open, which are the colleges that are reopening, are those information which is running continuously. And that Kashmir Ka Sach program also talks about how this mainstreaming that we are looking at has helped the valley, will be helping the valley in the weeks and months ahead.
Also, of course, the effort relates to counter the propaganda also spread through Pakistani radio stations. Maria, thank you so much for those details. Interesting story Maria is reporting on.